Your proposal wasn't rejected in the meeting you were in. It was rejected in a 10-minute meeting or conversation that possibly you never even heard about. In large organizations, one person almost never makes the decision. It's usually somewhere between maybe 5 to 7 people who all have to be really comfortable. And were they in the meeting with you? Probably not. Which means the person who you met has to go and retell your value, the conversation you had, to people who you've never spoken to in a room where you have no voice. And that's where it becomes Chinese whispers and the essence goes missing between your meeting and the decision. So you've really only got, say, two moves. The first is to get the right people in the right room in the first place. So ask up front, who else needs to be comfortable with this? And could we include them much earlier? I know it's kind of blunt, I know, but ask it anyway. People answer it more honestly than you probably think. The second thing is to make sure that when you're not there, that essence still travels. Now, most people are told to write a one-page summary. That can work. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm not always convinced. A page of your words read out by somebody who doesn't fully understand them is exactly where that value gets a little bit flattened. So sometimes what you can do is record even a short video. It can be a few minutes, doesn't have to be fully produced. And it's just you summarizing what you heard and what you do and the value of the proposition that you're pulling together. So your contact forwards it, and then those 5 to 7 people hear your framing, your numbers, and they hear from you. And that's much harder to, mix up and get it wrong. And so whatever you send, make sure it's really easy to say yes to. The problem's in their language, not yours, and the cost of doing nothing, the numbers, the risk, and how it's handled, sitting right next to that number because things get forwarded without their attachments sometimes. Then you can really offer to brief the other decision makers directly. And once briefly, about half will decline and they'll be pleased that you offered. The other half who accept are the reason that you'll win the work and the other people lose anyway. Because most lost work isn't lost on quality. It's lost because nobody in that room was actually equipped to argue the case for you. So on your next opportunity, ask who else needs to be comfortable and then give them something they can actually forward. Tell me in the comments, what would you send in the video?